So, welcome back. If you are returning, welcome. If you are new, because I am new too, so you're going to be new with me. And in my first video, I did talk about art. So, I would like to share with you, whoever you may be, some of the art that I'm working on. And when I say that I swear to God that at least I think I'm good, uh, there could be someone watching and be like, oh, I'm so much better than her. I understand, don't worry. We got that competition thing going on and don't sweat it. I just wanted to share some of my art. So right now, I am working on, now I'm going to say it to you and then I'm going to show it to you. So you're going to think the worst and then I'm going to show you, you're like, oh, that's better than I thought. So right now I'm working on a paper mache cow skull. Now, paper mache, if you've ever worked with it or if you've ever seen paper mache, it can come out kind of with a lot of wrinkles and stuff. So, I started out with just newspapers and magazines all crumpled together, taped it around, and then I took some wires and tried forming the rest of the bottom of the face. And it was really difficult at first, but whenever you get in the gist of things, everything starts rolling along. And I've kind of just gone along with everything as it came. I didn't have a mapped out specific plan. So this is my cow skull that I'm working on. It's really light, really durable. I can hit it, not too hard though, but so just the front and the back. I'm going to put my signature here, and it is, a little bit see-through. Not all the proportions are correct. There should be a bigger hole and a longer hole right here and a taller hole right here, but I am working with paper mache, and it's only like my second time really working with paper mache, so not everything is going to be correct, and it really is a learning process for me as I'm going along. But I'm painting roses at the top of the skull, and they're not done yet. I'm not done with this. I'm still deciding if I should go with the black horns or if I should do a different color or go white again here and then just do black at the tips. A lot of decisions that have to be made as I'm just doing this, and it is hollow. I did hollow it out so I can go, and if I were to shine a light through here, you'd be able to see through it. And there are cracks in here that I just went in with black. So I guess I'd like to share some tips whenever you're working with paper mache, because it has been a learning process for me. And if you're going to work with paper mache, one thing that I do suggest, the kind of glue or, paper mache that you're going to use, I really do like the boxed version. And it just comes in a powder. And there's a little bag in the box. It's just a small little powder, and it tells you how much water to just mix with this. I don't use an entire one at once. I wing it and I say, okay, I'm only going to use like a fourth of this, and I'm going to use a fourth of the water it's telling me to use for this entire packet. And I like to put them in containers that I can shake, because you're supposed to stir it. But at first it all becomes like this clear gloop at the top, and gloop is the only accurate word to use for this, unless you're thinking the only or actually I could say mucus would be another good word. It's really gross, but it's what it is. It's glue. In its disgusting, all natural form. So as you're starting out, once again, whenever you start to bunch up some stuff, that's what's going to go on the inside. You don't even use paper mache to begin with. You start out with some balled up magazines. I tape mine. Some people don't tape theirs, but it's easier for me to tape mine before I pull it out, or you could have some that's completely full. You don't even have to pull out the inside. You know, in high school or middle school, if you've seen some art classes and they do like the candy projects and they make giant candy bars, that's how I learned paper mache in my high school art class. But if I had my giant push pop, I'd show you, but it's hidden right now and I don't have it. So whenever you start out, go and make your basic, it's kind of like a outline or a rough draft almost as you work on with it. It's just going to be a basic shape. God, the image keeps on shifting over as I lift this thing. Oh, look, I'm dark, light, dark, light. So, let's try not to get distracted here. Okay, composure. I'm going to set this right back here. Okay, I think we're good now. So, once you start out with your basic shape, it's just going to be a crumple of paper, and it like just this. It's not going to look anything like your object. Hopefully similar, just the shape. Because mine is a skull, I did decide to go hollow. I didn't have to. I could have gone and just kept it right up about to here, and if it stayed like this it would have appeared hollow, but you could have looked at the eyes and known that it wasn't hollow. So when you tape it very lightly. You only do like a little piece of tape, just enough to keep it in the shape that you want it to be. Then you're gonna go ahead and start macheing. And I also cheat. I cheat with a lot of stuff that I do. There's shortcuts for everything, and there is no certain rule in art. So don't ever feel that you're ever just limited down to a certain rule, because you can always take shortcuts that will make your pieces look better. Or, you know, or if you have a friend and you're like, hey, don't follow the rules, take some shortcuts. This isn't a race. We can cheat. So, I went and starting out, I actually hot glued some of the pieces on. So there is hot glue in here, but it's all paper mache on the outside, because sometimes just, you know, using some other varieties of what you're doing. So it's not pure paper mache. If you wanted to do pure paper mache, it would be all the way through just paper and the glue. But that's not what it is, because I don't like following rules with art. I put on the horns after all of this, so, you know, just made the horn objects and had to go and take some string at the tip because they were out, like airplane style, and I had to go take some string and just lightly tie them on right here at the base of the skull, so they stayed bent while I was macheing everything. And don't ever be afraid to get messy. If you want to do art, get as messy as you possibly can. Well, maybe not that messy, but don't be afraid to get messy, because some things you're not going to get really dirty. You'll be like, okay, painting. Where are my elastic gloves so I don't get anything on my manicured nail, which I don't have manicured nails. I wish I did though. But you're gonna go, and paper mache is a very, very disgusting, beautiful thing that is gross while you're working with it. But if you play in mud and eat with food running down your face, then paper mache is the thing for you, because you don't have to worry about being clean. You're going to have to take a shower afterwards. So hopefully if you only get on your hands, you'll just have to wash like all the way up to your elbows afterwards. I like using my hands when working with paper mache. Going and get a container whenever you mix all the stuff, to where you can just dunk things in, That makes it easy, and then, you know, hold it up, take your 2 fingers, and just slide off, and it's going to be wet, and you just put it on, and I wish I could demonstrate this to you, but I already started the project prior to doing this video, so I'll go through my painting projects in another video for this whenever I go to pick up the project again. Or something else that's really easy, I like to go and take a paintbrush. It doesn't have to be a soft or a hard paintbrush, just a paintbrush that goes and picks up stuff and slathers it on well, because you're working with like a mucus type of liquid. So go and, you know, just brush it on there, and you can even set a dry piece of paper on there. Make sure, I like tearing mine, because a tear, it gives you a finer edge instead of just a straight flat edge, and that edge kind of helps blend in so you don't see the lines of each individual strip. And then just go ahead and just continue that until you are comfortable with the amount of layers that you have. And it's also good to let it dry in between layers. That way it's just not one giant globbed mess, because you can turn your paper into like this mucus mud, and it's gross. So there are guidelines you have to follow, but if you can figure it out a way to work on your own, go for it. Because to me, that's really what art is all about. It's not about rules. You know, I don't do art because I have to follow everything that there is. I do art because it's like finding yourself, except you're finding your piece as you go along. Some people do map out their stuff, and they have jobs in this. And people like me don't have jobs in this. They just do it, go with it, and it works. So, this is my cow skull. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Bring it nice and close up so you see everything. It is, you do see the wrinkles, but that's a part of paper mache. Those are cracks and creases. Those, you know, aren't fake cracks. And this is my painting work right now. Those are going to be roses, and hopefully whenever I go to pick up this project again, I'll have more to show you. So remember, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, and we're going to go over a couple more things, and hopefully I'll hit a makeup tutorial here within the next couple of millenniums. And yeah, so see you next time.